Kia ora everyone and welcome to another episode of Big Life Mindset. Chasing your dreams can be hard work, like really hard. Frances van Herpen-Watene is the owner of Waterlily here in Salon in Wellington. In this interview, she talks about the barriers she's overcome to chase her passion. We talk finances, having to get an accountant and a lawyer, but also things like juggling personal relationships and having tough conversations. She also gives some great advice on what she's learned and what other people could do differently when thinking about chasing their dreams. Apologies for the sound quality on this one. I had to do it in the salon where I managed to get in between clients to do the interview. But anyway, let's rock on. Hey, Frank.
Hey.
Thanks for having me here, man. I really appreciate it.
No worries.
So, tell me, where are we?
We are in Johnsonville at Waterlily Hair and Beauty in my hair salon.
Cool. And tell me a little bit about Waterlily.
Waterlily is my salon, which I have owned now for 2 years. 6 chairs. There's just Richie and I at the moment. It's nice and open. It's nice and big.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, we have privacy because we're off of the road. You know, we're not on the main road where everyone's walking past and they can see us.
So we kind of talked a little bit about, one of the reasons that I wanted to catch up with you and I wanted to share some of your story with people is because I am genuinely in awe of what you've been able to achieve here. Cool. It's a cool place.
Yep.
But I think some of the, what got you to this point is a really fascinating story because you've overcome a huge amount of adversity.
Yeah.
And not only that, but you've done something that most people just don't do. And it's follow something that you're passionate about. Why did you want to get into business for yourself? What was the pull?
I wanted to get into business because I wanted bigger and better. I wanted to know that I would always be secure in my job and that I could do what I wanted to do, but on my own terms. Uh-huh. So when I was working for my old boss, I was still sort of doing the 40 to 50 hours a week, obviously at a lesser wage.
Yep.
But I was always having to, is it okay if I go in? Is it okay if I do this? But now I can sort of just do as much as I want when I want to without having to clear it with anyone.
Nice.
And so now my clients, they're really my clients, because I was always hearing these are they're not your clients, the salon's clients. And it's well, actually they are mine because these are the people who I spend all my days with over the past 10 years. Pretty much that's one of the main reasons.
Yeah.
Is that we all get to go on that sort of journey together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I think one of the things that strikes me about you as well is that you're really strong with relationships.
Yeah. Yep.
And so this feels like a real natural fit in that you're continually building and kind of starting and then building on relationships with people.
Yeah. Yes. Some of my clients who I'm doing at the moment, have started off with me since I was an apprentice 10 years ago.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, so I was an apprentice 12 years ago and then came here in my second year. And then, some of them I've been doing since day one. Yeah. So I've seen some of them have kids, get married, do all of that cool stuff. Even some of them now are, 16, 17, 18, and then they're going to start having kids, and then we talk about me doing their children, Man,
that's cool.
Yes.
You're legit part of people's lives then. You're not just the person they might go see once in a while. You're actually a part of someone's life.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things I love most about my trade is that you become their family and they become your family, and some of them become really good friends as well, and it's amazing.
Nice.
It's so cool.
So getting to this point, what are some of the challenges that you've experienced?
So COVID has been one of the biggest ones for me and for everyone. We're starting to get back to normal with that, so nice and busy. From probably the beginning, we knew that we wanted to buy the salon. Easy. But then it was you have to start opening bank accounts, and that's fine. You have to find a lawyer, which we did. You then have to register your company, which is fine. But then it's the getting the money. And banks will only lend to you if you have a set amount. We didn't have the set amount, and then we just went off and found it.
Yeah.
And it took us a while, and it took us a while to find it and get it, and then get more money together. So that's probably one of the biggest things is money everywhere. So we managed to scrape everything together, and we asked, family for loans, and we emptied our bank accounts, and we put everything that we had into it.
Yeah.
And we went without, just so that we could buy our salon.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
There's so many aspects of that, like you touched on, getting a lawyer and registering a business and then having to come up with money and then dealing with banks. And none of this stuff is part of your everyday conversation. Like, this is stuff that you've got to learn on the fly.
Yes.
And you had to learn as you go. And then you, like you say, kind of big borrow and steal just to make each part of it work.
Yep. Absolutely. So the first thing that we had to do was go and talk to an accountant. And so we had to have the business evaluated, so that we could work out how much, from their perspective, it's worth. Mm-hmm. And so my old boss, Trina, she had given us the form saying, this is how much the salon is worth. And then when I go and talk to my accountants, he's like, well, actually, it's not really worth that. Mm-hmm. So that was a little bit tricky as well. Right. Me getting this paper and having to go to Trina, who I'd worked for 8 years, and say to her, unfortunately, and I hate to say this to you, your business isn't worth this much.
Yep.
And the reason it's not actually worth that much is because you're selling me a business where I'm the one who's actually doing the majority of the work, and I'm the one who's bringing in the majority of the money. So if you take me away, here we are.
You've got the actual value.
Yes.
Wow.
And so, I started to feel a little bit awkward talking to her about it for the next couple of weeks, only because she had said, I feel like it's very unfair that this was the price that was put on my business from someone who doesn't know the business. And so that was a little bit tricky as well.
There's some tough conversations.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
So if you could go back, and this might not just be relevant to the growth of Waterlily, but maybe even part of your personal journey, is there anything that you would put your finger on and say, well, actually, if I could go back and change that thing, what would that thing be?
Probably investing a little bit more time into myself, into my house, my family. Not just always working.
Right.
Like I love to work. Isaac loves to work.
Yep. This is your partner?
Yes.
Yep.
But we're always working. And so our downtime is not spent together just hanging out, catching up. We got to be organising our house, and we got to be organising this for this week and that week, and we're always talking about everything that we need to be doing rather than just stopping and spending that time.
Nice.
So
that's right.
So when he's saying to me, oh, well, what are we doing this weekend? I was like, I'm working. You know that I'm working.
Yeah.
So maybe just investing a little bit more time, slowing down.
Yeah. Enjoying your hard work, like the fruits of your hard work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rather than just always just piling on more and more and more work.
Yeah.
Because you just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. And I think it's one of the things that we tend to do is we do find it hard to say no at times.
Yep.
And particularly, like I can only imagine because we just touched on, you're a part of a lot of people's lives. And so the responsibility isn't just you and a business. Actually, because you're that close to people and their lives. Like I would imagine a sense of responsibility at times as well.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I would imagine you probably get some phone calls at random times of the night as well.
Yes, I get phone calls. I get text messages for 5 o'clock in the morning because that's when someone's waking up.
Yeah.
Or 3 o'clock in the morning because that's when someone's going to bed.
Yeah.
Most of the time I'm using my the Salon Facebook page as well because I'm always getting messages.
Yeah.
There's no space. There's that no separation between actually you need to just have some time for yourself and I can message you at that time because I'm your client and I'm your friend, and it's just like, yes, I get that. But however, yes, we need to find some boundaries somewhere.
Yeah. So do you feel like you're still finding that sweet spot?
Yes, definitely. Sometimes I'll be away on holiday and I will be messaging my clients because they've said, oh, hey, can I book in with you on blah, 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 blah. And then it's, what about these? What about this idea? And then sending me photos and then someone sending me an email. And so it's like, I'm on my phone. I might as well just check that.
Right.
It's just like, stop. Isaac always says to me, just stop. You don't need to be working.
Yeah, but I think it's reflective of how passionate you are about what you do.
Yes, absolutely.
And the people that you do it with,
Yep.
So it makes a lot of sense that 2 a.m. I'm looking at it. Yeah, that's a great idea. Actually, I can do that.
Absolutely. And then I just go do a little Google and be like, oh, actually, what about this? But I'll do, yep, cool. Let's do that one.
Nice. I can understand how that would happen, and it probably happen a lot too.
Yeah.
What does the future look like for you? What does it feel like? What does a good future look like for you?
A good future looks like for me, at this point we have 4 years left in our lease.
Cool.
So I want to work hard for the next 4 years. We are hoping to expand a little bit within Waterlily, in Johnsonville.
Yep.
Get another senior at least, and hopefully by next year, get an apprentice.
Cool.
Once I have some time to be able to train the apprentice, because I don't just want them in here cleaning all the time, and because
you want them on the tools.
Yes, absolutely, and I want them to be as passionate about it as what I am, not just like, oh, great, I got to go to work and clean again for the next 8 hours.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we can have some children. That would be, Isaac, hopefully by that point will be ready to move on to going on to install or doing something a little bit bigger and better for himself. Mm. And then that way Waterlily will be able to help him do that. Nice. So that he can experience what it's like to work for himself, be his own boss and, and be happy.
Yep.
So if he can do that, and if we can move away and just live a simpler life, not such a busy life, then hopefully without having to sell the salon, I can manage it from somewhere else.
Nice.
Or I can have someone else managing it who is reporting back to let me know how everything's going, rather than me be on the floor 50 hours a week.
Yeah.
And then once we've had enough of being salon owners, then we can sell it off to hopefully someone who wants it as badly as what we did.
Nice.
Or I did.
What's a piece of advice you'd give to somebody who is maybe passionate about something but can't quite take the next step?
Give it a go. Just try. Talk to lots of people. Talk to everyone. Talk about it.
Yeah.
A little bit of manifesting going on, If you put it out there, then it's bound to happen.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a great way to wrap that up. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciated that. I really did.
And that concludes my interview with Fran. Absolutely loved catching up with her. Just a reminder, if you want to catch up with Fran as well, you can go to Waterlily, find that on the interweb, and as always, please be uncomfortable, grow, sign up, follow this pod, share it with other people, or whatever tickles your fancy. Alright, peace out.